Pardon my nose picking. It's itchy. There's no boogers, I promise. Again, I don't know why people watch this. Woo, it was long. But it looks good now. Ooh. All right, well, we got some time to go on the TUVlog here, TUVlog 20, and I said I was going to try to shorten it. I failed. 2 hours, 6 minutes. I don't know what happened. I thought it was going to be shorter. There was definitely less time covered in this one, but I guess I just talked more. So yeah, I guess the TUVlogs are just going to be freaking long. I really want to try to get around an hour, but I don't know. I don't know what my problem is. They're long. So hopefully you're okay with that. I now know how to encode it so that I don't screw it up like I did last time, so that's good. Twitter notification. Who's you from? All right. Boom. I have no issue with this. Bring it on. Yeah. So anywho, very long. Beginning of TUVlog 20 officially here, or 21. TUVlog 21. And 21 vlogs now as of this one. That's crazy. Do you know how many hours of me just talking that is? That is a lot. So anywho, once again, TUVlog Cat is asleep. He is up on a shelf. The guy that lives behind me has been weed whacking for about 40 minutes. Well, TUVlog Cat is not going to be making the introduction on this one, I don't think. He is lazily sleeping the day away up on the plant shelf right now. So I won't disturb him. But anyway, I have about an hour to wait for that vlog to finish doing its thing. And then, yeah, I don't know. So then I gotta upload it, and that's gonna take even longer. So, gotta be patient. But anyway, while I'm waiting, I thought I would do a little unboxing. So, kind of already started, but anyway. I ordered an overnight bag just to kind of have with me for when I stay overnight places, because I do some overnight trips. They're just like a day, but I can't get it out. Okay, now I got it out. So, it comes like this, all folded up. So I'm assuming just fold it open, and boom, there you go. And there you have it. Nice, cheap overnight bag. I think it was like $18 on Amazon. So, is it the greatest thing in the world? Probably not. Will it get the job done? Probably so. Boom. Thanks, savings. TUVlog Cat, banana bread cat. Uh-oh. Banana bread. Banana bread. Well, you like that. I don't think you'd like banana bread. That's a weird thing for a cat to like. Why are you so into that? You were late, sir. You were not in the introduction of the vlog. Do you know that? You blew it. You blew it, man. You totally blew it. Well, it is a stormy Saturday, isn't it, Willie? TUVlog Cat. TU Cat. I don't know. We call you so many different things. He is Mr. Attention today. I've been out and about running around. You can tell it's laundry day. I've got the tie-dye shirt on, which now has a hole in it. Not that this was my favorite shirt since it's laundry day shirt, but still. So yeah, I've been out and about, running around this weekend, spent some time with the family, had a good sleep in today. Went to bed fairly early last night actually, and got like 10 hours of sleep. It's like, I'm sweaty because I've been outside and it's hot and humid, and really need to get my grass cut. It's gotten so long in the back now that actually I have somebody coming over to do it, but it keeps raining, so it's throwing a wrench in that, so the grass just keeps getting longer and longer, and the weeds keep getting longer and longer, so I'm sure the guy that kind of lives behind me that's really obsessed with his lawn is probably getting kind of upset about that, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, I need to turn on the ceiling fan. It's just, it's hot. It's hot in here. It wasn't hot when I left, but now it's gotten warm. Are you hot, TU Cat? So yeah, I introduced my dad to Doom the other night, and he is in love with it, so he's been playing that quite a bit actually. That's his style. I knew he would like it because when I first started up the game and started playing it, and I had the shotgun like right away, I'm like, yep, this is Dad's jam. He's gonna love this game. There's a shotgun. That's all he needs to know. That's my dad's thing with first-person shooters. Plus, no reloading, just running around killing stuff. That's his style of gameplay. So anyway, I've been getting a little further and further in Tomb Raider. I think tonight I'm going to try to go to bed again early, and then I need to turn the air conditioning on in here. It is hot. Tomorrow night, I'll probably do a Tomb Raider Tomb Raider session. I need to review the creative sound card still. I'm putting that through its final testing phases. I hooked up the little accessories box and I've been playing around with that, so that's been fun. And I need to get the review up for that. But I wanted to, you know how I am, you know how I do. I like to actually put hardware through its paces. Sometimes vendors will send me stuff, and within like 2 or 3 days, they want to know where the review is. It's like, I haven't had time to really use it yet. I don't want to just use something for 10 minutes and then do a review. That's not accurate. You got to spend some time with it. You got a game, you know, with the sound card, I got to listen to a bunch of different kinds of music. I got to try, you know, a couple different types of headphones if I can. I've got my speakers I like to hook up and listen to. I like to game, try a couple of different games, record, to use it for a while, just, you know, really put it through its paces, you know, before I would actually do a review. I don't want to just open the box, plug it in, listen to one song, play one game, and go, yeah, it's great, or no, it's not any good. So anyway, just my little rant there about why my reviews take a little bit longer maybe than sometimes the vendor likes. But for example, keyboards. I like to use a keyboard for a while, so I've been using that white keyboard now, you know, for 4 or 5 days. So I'll probably switch out to the Logitech soon, just so I can start giving that one a try so I can get that review up. But I've been pretty impressed with that cheap keyboard, actually. The layout, like I said, is a little bit odd. The Enter key and the space bar feel a little bit cheap, but the other keys have a nice throw to them. It's not, you know, an MX Cherry switch or anything like that. If it was, it wouldn't be $30 for a keyboard and mouse combo, but for the price, it really is hard to beat. What? What is it, sir? Wow. I also need to clean up in here. I got a lot of stuff sitting out that I really need to put away and do something with, because this is getting a little out of control, you know what I mean? There's boxes everywhere, there's open stuff. I need to put this foam up on the wall in the office. I need to get stuff done. And my schedule for next week is filling up quick. I've got a lot of meetings filling up into next week, so I need to make sure that I'm leaving time to get this stuff done as well, because I don't want to fall too far behind. You know how it goes. So, anywho, I gotta get some laundry started. I think it's laundry time. Laundry time, then grab some dinner. I might have some chicken. I don't know. I think I'm feeling chicken tonight. So, yeah, do that. Maybe clean up a little bit around here, and then get an early bedtime tonight. You know, change up my schedule a little bit. Feeling a little tired. Feel like I could benefit from that. So. Anywho, I gotta get the air conditioning on in here because it's hot in here. It's extremely hot in my office. And apparently I need to give TUCat some attention because he's upset that I've been out of the house today. Just turned on the camera. And there's TUVlogcat. He knows the sound, I'm telling you. I've got the windows open tonight, so he's been kind of riled up. It finally cooled off. Let's see, what is the temperature outside right now? It is 69 degrees, so finally it cooled off, and I think it's supposed to get pretty cool tonight. Yeah, 59, so finally cooling down. Attention hog. He's upset with me because I was gone most of the day. You'll have to pardon my crazy hair. I just don't care. Hey, I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Really wasn't that funny. Anyway, yeah, I just didn't put any product in my hair or anything today. I said, screw it. It's Sunday, I'm not gonna shave and I'm not gonna put anything in my hair. We're men, Willie. We're men living Sunday like men live Sundays. And by that I mean going over to my parents' house for free pizza. My mom makes a good pizza. Rectangle? Oh, so good. Anyway, so Facebook. I know I've said this before, and usually it's in the messages section that I have this problem, where Facebook doesn't send me notifications, but I actually had a comment, a really nice comment, from Fred on my post for the last TUVlog, and it was 5 hours ago, and I just got the notification now, and I've had Facebook open, so I don't know what was going on, and actually the notification never even came up on Facebook. Windows 10 popped up a notification for it. So I don't know. Facebook notifications are wonky. It tells me when people go live and I don't care, and then when it's actually something that I do care about, it doesn't tell me. So I don't know. Maybe I've got something screwed up in my settings. I don't know. Every time I go into the Facebook settings now, I just get freaking lost. It's like trying to figure out the settings on YouTube. On my other channel, it took me like 20 minutes to figure out how to turn off one of the notifications. It was like, oh my god, Google+. So I still need to get my grass cut. That's not good. I thought the guy was going to come today that cuts my grass. I would cut it myself, but I know I can't get through that backyard. It's too tall at this point. We just had such a weird weather pattern with dry, and then just pouring rain for like 4 days straight. And the grass just kept growing and growing and growing because I have that drainage area in the back of my yard. So I could cut the yard. I could cut like probably 75% of it with my push mower and then leave, I guess, the back like drainage easement if I have to. But I got to get somebody out here with a riding lawnmower to get the rest of it because there's no way my mower, I mean, I'll get a foot in and it'll just done. I mean, it's just going to choke it out. So, this is the kind of crap that you hear about when you're thinking about buying a house. Now, I've been in this house for 9 years, but everybody's like, you're going to have to take care of the grass, and if anything breaks, you're on your own. I'm like, that's fine. And then when you actually, like, move in, my yard's not even that big. And it's like, you have a summer like this summer where it's actually been raining on a fairly regular basis, so I was having to cut the grass, like, every 7 to 10 days. It eventually gets kind of old. I mean, thank goodness for the advent of MP3 players. And like the iPhone, and now like Pandora and streaming radio. I remember back when I was a teenager, one of my chores was to cut the grass at my parents' house. And I remember taking my Discman with the ESP, the electronic skip protection. I remember taking that outside and sticking it in the pocket of my jeans, and somehow it fit. It like stretched out the pocket, but I got that damn Discman in there. I think it had like 45-second ESP or whatever. So as long as I like walked kind of carefully, the CD wouldn't skip, and I had a 2X CD burner. So it took like 45 minutes to burn a CD, but I could burn mixed CDs, so like mixed tapes, but on CD. It was so cool. So I was burning my own like mixed CDs, and I would take them out to cut the grass. I just thought I was like so just futuristic. I thought that was it. I'm like, we've done it. We can burn mixed CDs. What else is there? There's nothing left, right, Willie? But I really did think that was like the pinnacle of technology. I was like, I don't know where we're going from here. And then they came out with the CD players that could play MP3s from the CD, and I was like, now we've done it. Now we've done it. And then I had a Diamond Rio. Does anybody remember the Diamond Rio MP3 players? Because I had one of those. And it was like 32 or 64 megabytes of storage. So you could basically fit like almost a CD worth of it, like medium quality MP3s on this thing. But then that happened, and I thought that was it. So it was like once we got to like 1997, things with music just like kind of exploded like very quickly. Like really stagnant up till that point. From like the mid 80s to like 1997, it was kind of like then it was just like boom. All of a sudden innovation just went nuts. Kind of like TVs from like 2004 on. But, yeah, so I'm rambling at this point, but it is Sunday night, and I had a good weekend. I spent a lot of time with family, which is always good. Been doing that a lot lately, and I've really been enjoying that. I'm glad I've been doing that. That's something I think, if you're fortunate enough to still have your family around, or you're fortunate enough to live near your family, it's something you should make a priority. I think, if I know everybody has different situations and, different circumstances, but... Excuse me, speaking of pizza. But if you can, it's a good thing. Either that or just spend time with the cat. Right? It's a tornado cat. Tornado cat. That's right, Willie, there's a tornado warning. And we're doing the smart thing and not seeking shelter at all whatsoever. As a matter of fact, you've gone to higher ground. But for realsies, there is a tornado warning, but it is north, so it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's pretty dark to the north. Finally got my grass cut, so that's good, but yeah. So there's a town north of me that's been hit a couple times now, actually. They got hit with some storm damage a couple of weeks ago, and then they just got hit again. So sucks to be them, but thankfully it keeps going just north of where I am, but sets off the weather radio. Cat gets all freaked out. TU cat doesn't like the weather radio because it's loud as hell. So I was actually in my office testing out the line input on the daughter card of the Sound Blaster ZXR because I'm recording the review for that tomorrow. And that was kind of the last piece of the puzzle for me to cover. I think I'm actually going to do the whole review recording using the sound card and then kind of say that at the end when I'm kind of going over how everything works. So tried the mic input, didn't really have any luck with that. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but going through my mixer board into the aux, perfect. So, anywho, mixed results there. I'm sure if I had like a gaming headset or something, maybe I could get a better idea, but all of the microphones I have require phantom power, And I think that's where I keep running into trouble with testing the microphone jack. So, anywho, doing that, and then the keyboard review tomorrow as well. I have a meeting in the morning, so I'm gonna be all dressed up and fancy, and then I'll kind of somewhat dress down, but probably have a collared shirt on for the review, class it up a little bit, you know? And get those two knocked out. I haven't recorded a lot this week, actually. The lighting's probably weird, but I'm standing in front of this window because that's where I'm getting the most natural light at the moment, so get the camera situated here. But yeah, kind of under the weather. I got back after the long weekend and just didn't really feel great, especially yesterday. I was just really, really tired all day long, and I just slept a lot. I actually slept like 12 hours last night, so I think I just needed to catch up on sleep more than anything. I don't know what my deal was, but just wasn't feeling great. So kind of coming out of it today. I had lunch with a friend and kind of starting to come back online. I really didn't even eat anything yesterday. Just wasn't feeling good. So one of those days, just didn't really record for the vlog, didn't record any videos, didn't really do much of anything. So, you know, we all have those days. Gotta take a rest, gotta chill. I was just chilling with the cat. Well, he moved on, he's going up to his usual spot. He's finding his way to his plant shelf. That's smart, Willie. There's a tornado warning and you're going to the highest point you can in the house. So yeah, other than that, just kind of doing stuff. Vacuumed, did some laundry, nothing too exciting. Hasn't really been an exciting week. Just kind of been back and forth out of the house a lot, except for yesterday when I was just kind of down for the count. So gotta catch up. So tomorrow and Friday will be my big content creation days. Get 2 videos out, and then this weekend I've got the home theater PC build to take care of. So then that's gonna go down as well. And then as soon as I get through with that, then I've got a face-off between a couple of things that came in. I can show those off. Creative sent over their EMU XM7 bookshelf speakers and then the X7 DAC that they recommend using with it. So it's going to be a little bit of a face-off between that and then the A5 Plus speakers with the D1 DAC that's over there in that stack of a mess right now. And then I've got everything set up for the sound card review at the moment. You can see how bright that LED is. It's just so freaking bright. Oh, it fell down. That's why it's so bright. I may take that LED strip out. I think it's just it's like kind of overkill in there. I don't know that it's really necessary, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Oh, I got to get the rest of this foam up too. So that's what's going down right now. Got my mic set up there. So yeah, I kind of got everything just kind of happening right here. And just got to get that stuff done. So yeah, other than that, I don't have a whole lot to report today. It's not an exciting vlog day. There's not really a lot to say, I have to say. Did I say? I declare! Just jamming out while I'm doing an export, taking this bad boy out at 4K, even though it's a 1080 video. You know, my jam. I like to get the best quality I can now that I've got the, X99 platform. This is actually rocking along pretty fast, considering the length of the video. It's almost real time for the export now, which is great. And even better, the computer is still functioning just fine. It hasn't screeched to a halt like it used to on a 4K export. So that's nice. While that was going, I was importing video for the keyboard review, which I will have edited tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have this up possibly actually tonight. Excuse me, maybe tomorrow for the sound card. And then got to do the case overview for the Fractal Define Nano, or whatever the heck it's called. I forget already. I'm terrible about that. But anyway, I got to do that. And then this weekend I've got to do the build for that bad boy, the home theater PC build. Have you noticed I'm installing on that one? Like I've said before, it's nervous about that one. That's my go-to computer. That's my fun computer. Although I have been gaming quite a bit actually on this new setup. Because Doom's just badass at 1440p on this new 1070 graphics card. So got to crank things up and it looks good. I'm pretty energized today, if you haven't noticed. My energy's finally back. At the beginning of the week, I was just drained. I went to bed early again last night and slept like, gosh, what did I go to bed at 11? Got up at 9, so what, 10 hours? So I think I just needed to catch up on sleep. I don't know what my deal was. I think all those nights where I was up super late, just not getting enough sleep finally caught up to me. So back to kind of a normal schedule again, which is good. And then had a really good meeting today, so that was good, and just felt productive today. I got up, started doing things. I've recorded 2 videos. I got one edited already, ready to go. So catching back up from being behind, but the vlog definitely fell behind. So maybe this one actually won't be 2 hours long. At least that's the goal. I have to say I'm really impressed. I'm sitting, look how close I'm sitting to this computer, and I can barely hear it. It's like a soft whirl, and it is rocking out a freaking 4K video. What is 4K? 3,840 by 2,160. So, and I've got it doing maximum render quality as well at a pretty high bit rate. So it's just sitting there all quiet doing its thing. So yeah, loving it. What else? Had some lunch, not gonna lie, had some Mickey D's, picked it up on the way home. Just was feeling it, you know what I mean? I was like, gotta have some Mickey D fries. I know I'm supposed to be on a diet, but hey, I did lose some weight. I've actually lost 6 pounds over the last couple of weeks. So I've been eating a lot of turkey and a lot of pretzels and a lot of boring stuff, which, you know me, you know how I like my late night Meyer experiences, but with me going to bed as early as I have been, the late night Meyer experiences might be a thing of the past. So I don't know, we'll see. But anywho, what else is going on this weekend? My parents are going to come over and actually help me put some trim around my windows, some framing, because they're kind of boring in the family room and the kitchen, like dining area. So I had curtains and the cat tore the crap out of the curtains. Cat, front claws, ripped up the curtains. So that didn't work out. I took those down. And these production built homes, they don't do a whole lot. I mean, you can kind of see... It's going to be silhouetted out because of the sun, but you can see on these windows, let me try to get some of the window out of the frame. You see how there's just nothing? It's just like drywall and then window. And it's just kind of cheap looking. I need to get new blinds and I need to put trim up on these windows. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some faux wood white blinds. I'm going to put those at least in the family room for now. And then after that, I'm going to probably change them out on all the windows just because these blinds, the sun's kind of faded them. They're plastic, so they were white. Now they're turning like kind of a yellowish color, and it's just not good. I need to get something new in here anyway. Some of these blinds have been in this house since I moved in, and that was, gosh, over 9 years ago now. It's hard to believe. It was August 1st, 2007, so it's been over 9 years that I've been in here, so... Time to change out the blinds and the window treatments. You know, it's just, sometimes you just gotta buy boring stuff, and that's a boring thing, but it will make the house look a lot better. So the next thing I need to get is I need to get a new couch, I need to get a new dining room table. That dining room table is a joke. I've had that thing since I was in my apartment. I literally bought it just to get through a year or two in the apartment, and I thought I'd change it out. I never did. So it's wobbly, it's cheap, it's just crap. I need to get a new one. And the couch, it broke. And it was, like I said, I think I may have told this story before. It was embarrassing, but I had just gotten pizza. I think it was pizza. It was something delicious to eat. And I had the plate, and I sat down on the couch, and when I sat down, the couch just went and kind of caved, and it broke the little support beam in the area that I like to sit. That's like right on center with the television, so now the couch kind of sags. So yeah, I need to get a new couch as well. So all things I need to do, all things that are pretty boring. So all right, I thought I'd try a little experiment here. Turn on the camera to see if TUVlog would respond, but he's sound asleep. Sound asleep. And I actually just got a text message. Let me see here. It is from my mom. She's actually repainting my lawn gnome. What does she say here? Awaiting another coat of sealer spray, taking forever to dry probably because it's so humid today and hot. My gnome that sits outside my house on my front door got a new paint job. My mom repainted him. So yeah, he's looking stylish now. Boom. So anywho, you can see over here, I've been busy today. Did the overview for the Define Nano case. It's kind of dark, and it's also sitting off the edge a little bit because when I recorded, I needed to pull it back to fit it in the frame. But yeah, look at this little guy. Little Define Nano S. Look at this thing. This is gonna be awesome to do my home theater PC rebuild. I'm hoping it fits in the cabinet. I'm almost certain that it will. Excuse me, a little gassy, but I mean, it's a Nano, or it's a Define S, but just small. So, I mean, it matches the computer in my office perfectly. It's just the miniature version of it. It's awesome. I'm so happy to have this. The OCD part of me is so pleased with the fact that both of my main systems will basically be matchy-matchy. Some of the components I'm already collecting up over here that are going to go in there, like the 970, the cooler that I'm going to use, obviously the 4790K, the motherboard that I got for it, the 650 watt gold power supply to replace the cheap one that I had to put in the system because it was wasn't compatible with the ribbon cable situation, whatever. You remember that whole story? Dodging stuff in the kitchen here. I went to go put in the 970 in the case that I'm using now, which is the Bit Phoenix, and the power supply. I had this awesome power supply in there, and I lost the freaking ribbon cable to run to the graphics card. Made me so mad. So it was a gold rated power supply, and then I don't know. I don't know what I did. It's like the frustration I have for the fact that I lost the mounting screws for the all-in-one liquid cooler. I can't believe I lost those screws for the Lick Tech. I did email them. I never heard back. So I don't know. I think I'm just screwed. I'm out of luck, no pun intended, on being able to use that on LGA 2011-3. So whatever. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I don't know. So yeah, it was, God, what was it? It was a nice power supply that was in there too. And I don't remember that either, but I remember it was gold, and then I had to put in a bronze, and I'm like, you know, this computer's on all day, every day. So while I'm doing the rebuild, I may as well bite the bullet and put a gold power supply back in there. So that's what I got, and I've had good luck with the EVGA power supplies, knock on wood so far, since that's what's powering the X99 build. So yeah, I got myself out of breath running through all that, but anywho, so the video has encoded. The encoding is going so fast. Doing 4K encodes now just flies. And I know people are saying, oh, the X99 Broadwell E is not any faster than the 4790K or 6700K. Well, that's BS, because my 4K encoding has sped up considerably since the upgrade, and the computer doesn't completely choke when I'm doing it. So that's a huge plus. So that is already done. Now I'm just waiting for it to upload to the YouTubes, and let's see here, 26 minutes left. So yeah, but the computer, I mean, listen to how quiet this is. It's just a soft little whisper. It's just so nice and quiet and pleasing. And I need to take out this SD card. I don't like to leave those plugged in. But anyway, yeah, I got that done. So I got my notes there. I like to type up the notes for the voiceovers before I do them. And then the notes from Fractal. They always send really nice review guides to go through to make sure you don't miss anything when you're looking at the case. And I finally hooked up the keyboard from Logitech, the Romer G keyboard. I think it's the G810. Is that right? Yep. The Orion G810. I did turn off the lighting effects though for now, because when I was typing, this was really distracting because I haven't installed the software yet, and it just kind of does this rainbow thing. I was kind of tripping with this, I'm not gonna lie, but look at that. The only thing that lights up are the keycaps. It's like the total opposite of that white keyboard that I looked at that's over there, which, look at that. Now I've got a white keyboard and mouse to match the white case. Oh, perfect. And that looks cool. I still need to get the rest of those up as well, but they do seem to be making a difference. I found things seem to be a little bit better. Audio seems to be a little cleaner. Spinning around and going back down. But anyway, the key throw on this is really sensitive and really short. So gaming on this is gonna be interesting. I haven't tried that yet. Typing on it has been okay, but the slightest touch of the key sets this off. So I'm gonna use this for about a week before I actually give my full thoughts and review on this, and then obviously I need to install the software too. But yeah, and then you can see my mixer board is actually set up to output to the creative sound card. I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see this. Let's see if the low light can do it. It is, you can see it right there. The little ribbon cable too. Going to the creative sound card that I will be posting the review for later today. And then you can see the Asus ROG Republic of Gamers 1070 kind of lit up there as well. But yeah, it's just been a busy week with a lot of running around and a lot of doing stuff, and I haven't posted as much as I usually do, and hopefully I'll be able to get some more up tonight. It is Friday already, so the week just absolutely flew by. Like I said, earlier in the week, I was just really tired. I don't know if I was coming down with something or what my deal was, but man, I was just pooped. I was tired. So I've actually been going to bed at like normal hours, like, you know, midnight-ish, 11 to midnight. And getting a nice full night's sleep. So I'm pretty energized, actually. I'm feeling refreshed, feeling good. I've been losing weight, so that's good. I've been eating healthier, so the doctor will be happy with me for the next time I go in for my physical. I have plenty of time to get that under control. But yeah, so just a busy week. Been really busy. I gotta do a project for a friend of mine. She's kind of starting her own, not business, but kind of going into a new industry and wanted me to work on something for her. So I got to do that this weekend as well. I've got to do the home theater PC build. I think on Sunday my parents are going to be coming over to help me with my windows. I wasn't going to do that yesterday, but then things just got busy. So I don't know, there's something on my lip. Anyway, I always feel like I have something on me. I always do that. I always record videos and then I find I'm like, I got something on my face. But yeah, so anywho, lots going on, which is a good thing. It's good to be busy. It's good to have stuff going on. I've got 3 videos in the queue right now as soon as this finishes uploading, and then I'm going to upload one of them tonight. So I got the creative sound card in the queue. I've got the review for that budget keyboard and mouse combo, and then the overview for the Define Nano S. And then hopefully by Monday, I will also have the completed video for the home theater PC build. Also complete. So lots going on, lots to do this weekend. It's gonna be a busy day tomorrow because I've got to disassemble the home theater PC. I've got to reassemble the home theater PC. I think I am just going to time-lapse that video, do that build in a time-lapse, because I've just done a build video, and honestly, they're not gonna be that different, especially since I'm using that Nano S case. It's just this X99 build essentially just compacted down a little bit. But it's like almost the same exact power supply. The CPU mounting a little bit different, but I am using an octo cooler, so the Noctua mounting mechanism is going to be the same. And the graphics card install is pretty much the same. The only thing that's been missing is the sound card. It's essentially the same build. It's just being done on a smaller platform. So I think I'm just going to time-lapse that one, and hopefully that'll make things a little simpler for myself, because like I said, I need to be able to get that whole thing done in one day. So that's kind of the idea there. That's what I'm going to shoot for. And other than that, yeah, I've got a little bit of leftovers. I think I'm going to have that for dinner in a couple of hours. I need to text my mom back, let her know that the gnome looks good. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else the night will bring. We will see. But I wonder if I'm going to be sleepy again at like 11 o'clock. I'm turning into an old man. I went from high school / college me, staying up until like 4 in the morning, to like old man me, like leaning back towards like midnight, 11, kind of going in that direction. So I think that's actually the more normal people way though. So that's probably better. Oh no, it's TUVlog cat! Just when I ended the video, you came running down. You came running down. All the excitement. There's so much excitement. You've been asleep all day. Oh my gosh, what has happened? What have you missed? It's almost 5 o'clock. I know. This is traumatic. This is very traumatic. You better scratch. You gotta scratch to wake yourself up. A little groggy. I like to do this to him. I like to just be way over the top as soon as he wakes up, just to get him fired up. Right? Whoa. Now, he's got a little bit of a lump. I'm trying to see if it's still there. I think it might be going down. I hope it's going down. It doesn't hurt, I don't think, because he doesn't get nasty when I touch it. But it's like right kind of on his neck, and it's a little concerning. To you, cat, you better be okay. You're making me follow you. I'm not playing these games. Don't show people your ass. There we go. Up, 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 up. Wait till you see the kitchen. Look what I did to your kitchen. Obstacle course. I tell you what, you are a lazy bones, aren't you? He does not like my new schedule. He does not like the fact that I'm going to bed early and getting up early because he doesn't get up till around 5 o'clock. So when I was staying up super late, that worked well for him. Uh-oh, another text message. Who's it from this time? Another message from Mom. Let's see what this one is. Well, I'm not really sure. It's just an empty bubble. I didn't know you could send an empty text bubble. This has become TU Cat's second favorite place to hang out. Not sure why. I have the chairs pulled out now. He's moving because I mentioned his name. He wants to be on camera because he's such a spaz. But for real though, I pulled the chairs out and I have them setting like this because I was, doing some recording here, and then I've just got crap everywhere. So, everything's kind of in disarray right now as I'm doing the home theater PC rebuild and whatnot. But this has been set up like this for a while, and yes, I still need to put those up in the office. Excuse me, a little phlegmy today. But anyway, for some reason, these two chairs have become TU Cat's spot, other than his plant shelf. But he's going to be very upset because the black little shelf thing over there is going away soon. It's kind of starting to fall apart a little bit, and it needs another shelf or something. I don't know. It's kind of big and it's in the way, and I don't really care for it. It's not going with the aesthetic, and I'm going to be getting a new couch soon. So yeah, this room's kind of getting an overhaul, and this doesn't fit. But the problem is this to this to this is his access to his favorite place in the world right now, the plant shelf. So he's probably going to revert back to the couch. Now, he was sitting on that couch cushion, and that was his spot. And for some reason, he became afraid of that couch cushion. I don't know why. And gravitated up to the plant shelf. So, yeah. So we're going to have an unhappy cat on our hands. Well, that's not flattering. But yes, so he is not going to be pleased about that, and that is going to be happening soon. So I'm not really sure how that's going to go, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? Oh, he's giving me a really dirty look right now about that. I don't think he's too happy. Yeah, I need to go to the grocery store. You know how I am about late night shopping. It's only 9:10, and it's a Friday night. So I may not get the benefit of having free reign of the store, but with me going to bed earlier, the midnight shopping trips kind of aren't working out anymore. So I'm going to have to go earlier than usual. So I might just go now and bite the bullet and get it over with, because I need some bread and I need some more lunch meat and some cheese and some milk, the staples. So I think I'm gonna make a run for it and see how it goes. Why are you rubbing all over me? Problem child. That's what I have here, is a problem child. So I shall see. I don't know. But anyway, it's humid, it's rainy, it's kind of gross out, so maybe that'll work to my benefit. Hoping. Fingers crossed it's not too busy. I hate being in the store when it's busy. I just don't like it. I don't know. I'm telling you, this cat knows when I have this camera rolling. He just gets all over me whenever I'm doing it. Like I said before, this doesn't make sense to a cat. I don't think he understands why I'm talking. He thinks I'm talking to him because in his world there's nothing else in this room that I should be talking to other than him. It doesn't make sense that I would be talking to an inanimate object, which, that is kind of logical from an outside perspective. This is a little bit weird, I suppose. So anyway, off I go. Food haul! All right, it was pretty busy, as I thought it was gonna be, but hey, I was social, I was nice. I was in the self-checkout, and there were like 4 lanes open, and there was a woman standing behind a family that was having issues learning how to use coupons, and she only had a couple of items, and I was going to cut in front of her if I used the other lane because there's nobody in it. So I said, "Ma'am, this lane's open, would you like to go in front of me?" See, that is how we act like decent human beings in society. Just saying, when you hold the door open, if someone holds the door open for you, say thank you. If someone's coming, hold the door open for them. Just me, preaching a little bit. Just getting a little preachy. But anyway, let's take a look at the food haul. All right, so first things first. Brad, now, the secret to buying anything that expires is go through all of them and find one with the best date. In this case, September 5th. All of the other ones were September 2nd. This loaf was fresher. So, boom! Bag on the floor. Next, my Gatorade was on sale. 89 cents. But my favorite flavor wasn't there. Riptide Rush, which made me sad. So I had to improvise and go, what do we have? Strawberry watermelon, grape. I don't even know what crazy flavor that. What is this supposed to be? I think that's just orange. Another strawberry watermelon, glacier freeze, and fruit punch. So there you go. Yay. And then chips, normally $3.50, $1.89. So Chip King went nuts. Mesquite barbecue, of course. Nano S can hold my mesquite barbecue chips. Sweet and tangy. Not really sure what to expect from that, but looks like a sweet barbecue maybe. Little little tangy. And a jalapeno. Yes, jalapeno is going to give me heartburn, but they're damn good. Of course, milk. And following the same rule, all of the other milks were September 2nd, except for this one, September 5th. Boom. Scored 3 extra days. Got some mesquite smoked turkey breast, bold flavor. And then hadn't bought Ritz crackers in a long time, so stocked up on some Ritz. And finally, cheese. Look at that, the big 24 pack was on sale, so I should be good on the classic Kraft singles for a while. So yeah, and apparently my car keys made their way into the shopping bag, so yeah. So anyway, pretty good food haul, all said and done. Of course, the Nano S wasn't part of the food haul, but it'd be weird if it was, right? Looking at my camera, the battery's getting low, so it's time to charge. I'm surprised the battery ran out. I really haven't been using it that much. Whoa, there's a camera right behind me. Camera, meet camera. Anywho, so yeah, I gotta charge this thing. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put away my food. I'm gonna make a snacky snack and then watch something on Netflix. Might watch a movie. I haven't done a Netflix movie in a long time. Either that or I might do some gaming. I'm not feeling gaming tonight though, I'm not. I think I'm gonna do a movie and maybe a little YouTubeage and then just go to bed. So, Cat's interested in the bag. What you doing there, Mr. Investigator? You checking everything out? It amazes me how this doesn't bother him. The fact that there's just crap everywhere in the kitchen doesn't faze him. Doesn't faze him at all. All right, gotta charge the battery. All right, Thumbprint Radio. Apparently you felt I was in the need for some jams this morning. Whoa, hey. Well, all right, as you can see, it's dark. And it is 12:30 in the PM, not the AM. So it's a very rainy Saturday. I wasn't aware that it was supposed to rain all day today, but yeah, just a gloomy, rainy day. TUVlog Cat's hiding from the rain. Let me get some light up in here, shall we? You'll have to excuse me. It's going to be an allergy day, which is strange because it's raining, and usually that kind of quells it, but not so much today. So anyway, home theater PC build happening today. I think I'm gonna do the teardown on the vlog because there's not a whole lot to really see. I'm just gonna be yanking cables and pulling out hard drives, but I do have to get that Zalman cooler off to access the chip, the Xeon chip, and I want to salvage that motherboard too because it's a good motherboard. It's a micro ATX motherboard. So yeah, not looking forward to that. So I'm just gonna do it on the vlog. And I'm gonna time lapse the build so I can get it all done in one day. Because later tonight, like tonight, I'm going over to my parents' house because my mom is going to help me pick out some things to kind of change things up in here a little bit because I have no taste. I have no qualms saying that. No taste whatsoever. Anytime I've been in a relationship, I've pretty much always let that person dictate what goes in here. Unless, of course, I have the sense to know that it's really bad. I dated somebody for a while that was super, super into wolves and wanted to turn this entire house into nothing but wolf stuff, or as my grandpa would say, woof. So that didn't happen. But, excuse me, I have no taste when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do that today. But the first thing I got to do, I've got like 30 some emails I got to get through. I'm gonna go do that, and then I'm gonna get everything disconnected, get Pandora rocking on the Xbox One, so I at least have have my music in the background still for the time lapse, and well, for the disassembly and the time lapse. But yeah, it's time to do the home theater PC. I did finally make an executive decision. I think while I've got everything torn apart, I am going to swap the 64 gig SSD for 128 gig SSD. It might be 120, I can never remember with those SSDs. But anyway, it's a Samsung Evo, and it's one that I had in the I almost said ATI, the AMD budget gaming build. So I'm going to just swap those two drives and put 120 or 128 gig in a home theater PC just to have it in there since I'm swapping it out. Plus that SSD that's been in the home theater PC has been running for over 2 years now, and the one in the budget gaming build has been running for maybe 6 hours. So it's basically like a brand new hard drive. So I'm just going to swap that component out, and I'll feel a little bit better about that. So yeah, check some emails, probably do the disassembly, then I'm going to have some leftover pizza for lunch and get to it. So yeah, it's already coming up on 1 o'clock, so I got 6 hours to finish this entire extravaganza. So I better get to it. Well, this goes to show how little I use the Xbox One anymore. 18%, 19%. It had a 4 gigabyte update that it had to do before I could use it. So I need to turn this thing on more, apparently. Either that or the updates are just massive. It's a good thing I have a fast internet connection. Well, I guess I may as well get started, but before I do, cat hairs, look at the size comparison between these things. This one being a micro ATX board and this one being mini ITX, they're like the same height. As a matter of fact, the Nano S may actually be slightly shorter by a really small margin, but slightly shorter. And it's definitely not nearly as wide. So that ITX motherboard really does make a big difference. But the BitPhoenix case, it fit a lot in there, really, when you think about it. I mean, considering, but still. This is considerably smaller than that. All right, so I turned on a light so you can get a little bit of a better view. Basically, I'm just going to crack this thing open and we'll take a look at what it looks like inside. I may have kind of shown this before, but unless you watched the build video for this, you probably don't really remember. Now, one thing about this case that I did really like was the panels were pretty beefy on this thing. It was pretty thick. There's no doubt about it. This was a pretty thick case. So that's nice. Now, this was always the part that I really didn't like so much, was that you had these cables that connected to this side panel because they opted to put the buttons on the side panel in order to keep the front clean. So every time I worked in here, I had to kind of deal with the fact that these cables were here, and then you would have to unplug them and kind of remember where they went. And then it's kind of hard to see, but you can see that that is the 970 right there. And these cables ran right along the top of that. And these were the cables that actually would get caught in the fan every now and then. So that was a bit of an issue. So this one I actually just didn't leave hooked up. I disconnected it and kind of just took it apart. And it was the hard drive LED, and I was okay with that because the hard drive LED was kind of annoying, to be honest with you. So let me see if I need to get around to the back here, and there should be a USB 3.0 like bridge connection in here somewhere. It's really hard to show this stuff. All right, I think I got it. So now I can pull that out, and I think that is everything. So now the panels have been separated. So the other issue with this build was getting to the motherboard required removing the hard drive tray. So that's the first thing I've got to do, is remove that, and then I'll come back and kind of show everything behind that. Telling me, it's kind of funny. People in this neighborhood are so obsessed with their lawns that it was pouring rain for hours and hours and hours this morning. Grass is completely saturated. The ground is saturated. There's a flash flood warning right now, and people are outside trying to cut their grass because they want to get it in on Saturday. And you can hear people's lawnmowers just jamming up. They can't do it. It's too wet. But people are really just kind of obsessive about it here. It's so bizarre. Just let it grow and cut it when you can. Anyway, if you hear lawnmowers and weed whackers and stuff, that's just people rushing to get it done before I think another wave of rain is coming in. So you may hear that in the background. Anyway, here is the little hard drive tray I was talking about. So this was basically installed right here. and it was in, you know, like this, and then there was some screws that I had to take out on the top and bottom. So there's the SSD, and then on the other side I had a 2 terabyte and 1 terabyte in there. The 2 terabyte was actually just for home theater PC storage. When I actually still had cable, I would record from the HD Home Run Prime using Windows Media Center onto this. This is the drive that's kind of the primary. So that one's going to go back in just, you know, as the gaming drive. And then this one I'll probably just keep around to have on hand. I could have used a Western Digital Black. It would have been a little bit faster, but it also would have used a little bit more energy and been a little bit louder. So I just went with a standard blue. And then the green, obviously, since it didn't need to really have high transfer rates, it just was holding video. That's why I went with that. So anywho, this will move over. This one's going to go somewhere else. But now you have the actual components of the system exposed. So wait for the camera to focus there. There is the Strix graphics card, and you can see it barely fit in the case. It was just clearing the cables for the power supply, and the power supply cables actually do move the card. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is take out that expansion card, and then there is a network adapter and an Intel NIC up there because the onboard NIC for this motherboard wasn't great. Then I'm going to take the power supply out and get all the cables out, and then this, I will come back when it's time to do this evil piece right here, the Zalman cooler. Okay, so now I've got a disassembled mess. I need to get the power supply back in the box so I can store that in my extras closet. I think I may use the Noctua fans in the Fractal Nano S case just because they are PWM. And I don't know, these are not PWM, the fans that came with it. So I'm gonna do PWM because I'm almost certain that this motherboard has PWM fan headers on it. So, anywho, those are ready to go for the new build. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna move them over now, put it with the other Noctua goodies. Oh, not showing anything. Here was the Intel NIC. This is a cheap, like probably $20-ish, I wanna say, network card. And if you have a really cheap network adapter on your motherboard and you want to kind of go for something a little better, this is worth it if you have the room. I apparently spared no expense on memory because I laughed when I pulled out these memory sticks. That's about as basic as it gets. It really does look like ECC memory. This is kind of what the memory looks like that's in the FreeNAS box, except it has the extra chips there for being ECC. So everything is out as far as that goes. The hard drives, I need to get those off. Wow, that's bright. Off of that. But other than that, I've got the motherboard box ready. And you would not think that this motherboard would fit in this box, but H81P33, H81MP33, it is the box. So the motherboard and the box are damn near the same size. But yes, this is what I have to tackle now. And you'll see what made this unpleasant was the screws are like right there, but look at that. When you look straight down, the screw is underneath the cooler. I'll go ahead and unplug it, actually. Get that ready, just so nothing is set. So the only thing left is motherboard and processor in this case that I need to get out. I've got all the other parts sitting over here. So I need to put everything away, and then I guess I'll time-lapse capturing or tackling that. I will capture in a time-lapse. Boom. All right, so back to normal vlog lighting. You can see I've got the Xeon processor now safely tucked away. Whoa, don't drop it. Safely tucked away in its box here. So it's It's ready to do its thing. In the Z97 motherboard over there, the quad strength workstation board. And then I've got the motherboard in the box here for this one. So now I've just got to kind of get everything kind of put back away again and tuck everything back in there. I think this, was this in like that? Yeah, it was. See, I got the BitPhoenix guide in there that can sit on top. I just like to kind of keep track of everything, so I'm probably going to put everything in here and put all this stuff together, slide that down in that little storage area, close it up, get the cables laying on top. Those will be all together. I like to keep everything together, and then I'm actually going to label this BitPhoenix Home Theater PC build. So I'll know that all the screws, which I have in this little bag now from the BitPhoenix case, are in here. And then I'll also know that I just have all the other general stuff in there as well. So that's it. It's sitting on the floor. I just need to reassemble it now. And I may still have the box for it too. I'll have to see about that. Well, would you look at that? I did still have the box for the BitPhoenix Phenom, so it's back in there. It's ready to rock. It's ready to roll. I can put it away. And there's that Seasonic power supply I was talking about earlier. Really nice power supply. 80 plus gold, Seasonic G series, 450 watts, so it might have been a little low actually to use for the build I'm doing next, but still pisses me off I lost that cable for this. And pretty much everything else is put away. I'm just going to swap this 64 gig ADATA hard drive SSD for the 120 or 128, and then we should be good to go. So that's next. All right, well, all the components are ready to go for the home theater PC build. The other system has been disassembled. I just need to actually put it away in the closet. But I think I'm actually going to do this tomorrow. I originally was going to do it today, but I ended up working for a while on another project, and then I got pulled away from this, so now I think I'm just going to hold off rather than rush it because it's already almost 5 o'clock. I've got plans tonight, so I don't think I'm going to do this tonight. I've got my Xbox, I've got my PS4, so I should be able to survive for a night. As much as I don't want to without the home theater PC and just finish everything up tomorrow. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. Whoa, cat! Dun 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 dun. The gnome is back. Yes, the gnome has returned, and he has a fresh paint job. He was completely faded from the sun, but thankfully, my mom, with all of her artistic and painting talents, fixed up Mr. Gnome. Look at him now. He rests and sleeps easy in the sun once more with his fresh paint job and brand new mushroom. Actually, he has more than one mushroom. There's 2 mushrooms. So the gnome is back and good as new after, gosh, almost 9 years sitting outside fading. Now he's ready to make an impact in the neighborhood once more. So yes, it was a good evening at the parents' house. The family had some ravioli and some garlic bread and some salad, which was very good. Then I had to take a gas X because you know me, you know how I do, you know how I roll. And took a nice bath. Really just kind of relaxed. It was very nice. It was very nice. So anywho, as you can see behind Mr. Gnome, the home theater PC setup is ready for tomorrow. So I just keep laughing at this little teeny motherboard box. So small. So anywho, yeah. Time to get mini fractal going. That's right. Gonna have big fractal, little fractal. Maybe I'll call them that, big frac and little frac. That can be the names of my computers now, as they stand, as it is. I don't know, I review so many cases, it's amazing I don't actually rebuild my computer more often, but when I find a case I like, I just stick with it. Stuck with the Enthro Pro for a really long time for that reason. I actually have an email about that, I need to answer that tomorrow. I've been really bad about my emails. I've got so many emails on my personal account for other professional related things that sometimes I forget, and that's terrible. I'm supposed to be better about that with the Tech Uploaded. That was the whole point of having a Tech Uploaded email account. But sometimes your guys' emails are pretty long, and I mean to answer them, and then I know I'm gonna have to get back to them, and then that's where I need to set a reminder to go in and answer them. So I'm gonna set aside time tomorrow to actually answer those emails. So hopefully you'll have gotten a response from me by the time you see this. You darn well better have, or I haven't done my job. So anywho, I'm kind of hooked on a game on Xbox One. I need to turn it on now to see what it was. Now I don't remember. Well, I don't remember the name of the game. Why am I getting so angry about it? Why is it so dark over here? kind of late, but I'm gonna play it for a little while because it's a Saturday night, and that's what you do on a Saturday night. You party! All right, so what is the name of this game again? It's like The Blind Forest, but I forget what the actual, am I even pointing at myself? The actual name of the game was. Is this thing, am I on the right input? I don't know. I think this might have defaulted to, I bet it did. I bet it defaulted to HDMI 1. Yep, it did. Sitting here staring at a blank screen like a dum-dum, but that's how I have the remote programmed. Anyway, Ori and the Blind Forest. So it's time to play a little bit the game, right, Willie? You see me pointing the camera at you, don't you? Okay, Ori. You take a long-ass time to load, you know that? I'm trying to play this freaking game, but for some reason it just doesn't seem to want to load. And I don't know why. Finally, third time's a charm. Give me a break. You know, people are always going, oh, people say PC Master Race. Oh, the PC crashes all the time. And, you know, you gotta be a console gamer. Consoles just work. Well, that didn't just work. That took 3 tries to get the damn game to load. So guess what? Hate to break it to everybody, but consoles are becoming more and more computers every day. Because essentially that's all they are at heart. I don't want to use Cortana. See? Perfect example. Windows 10 crap coming through on my Xbox One. I'm being a crotchety old man right now, aren't I, Willie? He says, I don't want any part of this grouchiness. I'm gonna go sit over here in the half shadow. And lay down, because you've had a crazy day. Haven't you? Just listen to that music, though. It's a beautiful soundtrack. Beautiful soundtrack, beautiful game. Look at that. The graphics aren't anything crazy, but they are darn pretty, aren't they? I think so. Anyway. Just look at that. Would you look at it? There's my little guy. He's ready to do his thing. It's kind of bright. Anyway, it's game time. I know I'm kind of behind the times on this. I actually forgot I bought this. I got it at my old job. It was like one of those afternoons where, this is one of the things I hated about that job, was you would have stretches of time where you were just waiting on everybody to get back to you, and it was so boring when you were waiting for people to get back to you. It was like you were either waiting on things or everything came at you at once. So the waiting on things times were really boring, and I remember Microsoft had a sale or something one day and I was bored. So I was browsing through and this was on sale. And I saw that it was scored really highly and everybody's like, you gotta play this. And I like, of course, you know, started down the Google rabbit hole and was reading reviews and stuff. And everybody's like, you gotta play this thing, it's the best thing ever. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy it. I don't even remember what I paid for it. And that was months and months and months and months ago. Might have even been before Christmas. So I bought it, forgot about it. And then I didn't turn on my Xbox One for a really long time. And I think it was before Christmas because then I got the PS4. So anyway, needless to say, I forgot about it. Turned on the Xbox today to do some YouTube. No, I was going to do Netflix and then Pandora while I was tearing down the old home theater PC build. And then I saw this was on there. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I bought that. Because then I bought a game for PS4 as well. And I forgot about that too. And I forget what the name of that one was. It's some kind of role-playing type game. But I'm not enjoying that as much as this. I'm really enjoying this game. So anyway, little bonus surprise there. I surprised myself with the purchase. So that's always fun when that happens. It's like finding gift cards. Except this was cooler. Okay, I've rambled long enough. It's time to play. And then tomorrow, it's time to build a home theater PC. But doing the home theater PC rebuild was a good thing, because I found this. Well, the home theater PC build is done. Just installing Windows now, and it's moving right along. And listen to this. Silence. Even with the cabinet open. So quiet. You can kind of barely see inside there with the side panel. The side panel is kind of pointless on this particular setup here since I keep it in my entertainment center, which isn't great for cooling, but the build went smoothly. Well, there were some hiccups. Cramming everything into the Nano S with the power supply that I used was a little bit tricky because the cables were just so beefy and there wasn't a huge amount of space kind of behind the motherboard tray and everything, but it all fit, it all worked, it all got in there. Again, I used a really big CPU cooler just because I know the airflow in the cabinet's not great, so I'm trying to kind of compensate for that. But all in all, having to like raise the graphics card up a little bit with some foam, so it didn't sit on the power supply, just little things like that. But all in all, it went well. The install's flying right along. Everything was recognized on first boot, which is always a good thing. So yeah, I'm pumped. So now I've got mini frac and big frac, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm exporting a video now on big frac, the keyboard review. I've got this thing doing Windows, all kinds of stuff happening. The computer's about to restart. Let's watch your restart, shall we? Windows needs to restart to continue. Go ahead, Windows. Do your thing. So we should boot back to the ASUS menu here. But yeah, you can hear, yeah, it was very brief. The fan spin up full blast for like a second when it's first booting, and then it just kind of does its thing. So yeah, now it's just booting into Windows for the first time, and I got a bigger SSD in there than I had before, and really this is just overkill for a home theater PC, but hey, why not? Well, would you look at that? Windows is activated. Well, I certainly didn't see that coming, considering how many things I changed in the system. Still activated, so yay! I don't have to go through that. Thanks, Windows 10. Now I gotta download and install a crap ton of drivers. So, yeah. But the nice part about being wired in is the Intel NIC is automatically picked up by Windows 10, so I at least have network access. That's always a good thing. All right, well, it's Tuesday and the vlog is still going. So, TUVlog cat is up and at 'em. I've got a turkey sandwich ready, and my parents are on the way over to help me put up some window trimming. So what I'm gonna do is just put some trim around these windows, kind of frame them up so they look a little bit better. Right, TUVlog cat? So they're gonna help out with that. I've got the garage sweeped out and everything. Just made a turkey sandwich, had a little dollop of mayo fall there, so might get another plate. But yeah, so just waiting for them, and the next time you see these windows, hopefully they'll be a little more finished up looking. And just like that, TU Cat's back. Yeah, he was hidden all day long. And he was very upset, weren't you? Look, he's still worried. He's still not sure. He's very uneasy right now because the windows. So the windows are trimmed out. And now they just need to have some wood fill put in, some caulk, and a coat of paint. And then we'll fill in, you know, these areas here, and then paint this white so that it all looks consistent. And then I'm gonna get some faux wood blinds to put here instead of the mini blinds. So that window, this window, and this window. So it looks much, much better. It looks far more finished than it did before. So that involved an air compressor and hammering and all kinds of awful sounds that really upset TU Cat. I have never, except for one other time, heard him wail like he was wailing, and he actually hid. And I can't believe he fit in here. All the way down in the office. He was underneath my desk. You can barely see down here, but there is a subwoofer down here, and you can kind of see the leg of the desk. There's the edge of the subwoofer, and then there's the desk leg, and there's a teeny little gap between the subwoofer and the wall. He found his way in there. So yeah, he was not happy. Not happy at all. Were you, buddy? Were you? You're still worried. You're still on edge. It's okay. Sounds are gone for the day. I will say though, in other exciting news, got pizza tonight for my parents because they were over here helping. And when we went to go pick it up, they had actually screwed up the order. So for whatever reason, we ordered a ham, large ham, and then a large thin crust cheese. And when I opened the cheese to check it, it's a good thing I did because it was like bacon and pepperoni and mushrooms and then cheese. So it was somebody else's pizza and they gave it to us, but there were no other pizzas in there, and the delivery driver had just left. So somebody ordered a pretty nice pizza and got just cheese. So I bet they were pissed. So anyway, walked back in, this was Domino's, and told them, hey, this pizza's got all kinds of stuff on it. And they were like, oh, okay, well, just keep that one, and then we'll make a cheese one. It'll be ready in like 7 minutes. I'm like, cool. So waited 7 minutes, went back in, got the cheese pizza, and they gave me a bonus. What's in the box? Is it a pizza or our marbled cookie brownie? It's a culinary conundrum. Oh, it wasn't pizza, my friend. It was a brownie. And it was a good brownie too. Oh, it was so good. I did not have the highest expectations for this, but man, gooey and delicious and just like buttery, greasy good. So bad for you, I'm sure. So I'll probably have that over some ice cream later, warm it back up. So yeah, overall, productive day. Took all day. Took a lot longer than I thought. About, gosh, they were here probably 8 hours and they got here around 2. So yeah, I didn't really get anything done today, unfortunately. Didn't get any videos edited. Didn't really get a lot of vlog footage because my parents don't like to be on the vlog. Didn't get the vlog edited at all. So yeah, now I'm behind. So I've got to catch back up and not even done yet. So that sucks. The blinds won't be in until like end of next week. So that's kind of a bummer. At least the cat came back out though. You went a long time without using the litter box. It makes me a little nervous, buddy. So yeah, productive day, but definitely very time consuming. And then I need to get a dumpster. I've got a bunch of stuff I've got to throw away. I'm gonna get a new couch. I'm gonna get a new coffee table. I'm gonna get rid of this big black hutch thing that has all my stupid crap on it that I don't need in here and replace it with like a table or something and a lamp. So just kind of changing things up. Need to get a new kitchen table, changing out things in the kitchen, just doing a lot of stuff. I've been here 9 years and I really haven't done a whole lot of updating to the house. So I feel like, I'm getting kind of tired of the way things look. I changed my bedroom around, but that wasn't huge. So definitely time to just kind of get a backsplash in the kitchen, change some stuff around on the counters, put some new blinds in, trim out the windows, new furniture, kind of just, freshen things up a bit so it doesn't feel too old and stale. Because it's been the house has basically looked like this for 8 or 9 years. So it's time for a change. But it was a good day. Showed my dad Ori and the Blind Forest. Been playing a lot of that. And he was like, damn, that is a hard looking game. It's hard. It is very hard. And I'm at the last I guess, dungeon or whatever you would call it. Level? I don't know. It's the tree or whatever. Or stone or orb or... Anyway, there's 3 main areas you go to, and I'm getting ready to go to the last one. I know it's going to be hard, so... Not looking forward to that, Willie. So, yeah, all in all, good day, productive day, just not super productive for the channel, and very upsetting for the cat. So, I'm going to actually relax a little bit and just chill, and then hopefully tomorrow I can get some video editing done. I would like to get the video edited for the home theater PC build. I really need to get that up so that I can do the case overview and then that video, and then I've got to do the videos for the Creative Labs products that I have. So lots to do, need to get it done. Anywho, I am gonna have to cut this vlog short at some point here. It's gonna end up being super long again, but hey, you guys keep telling me you like that, so who am I to argue? All right, finally encoding the 4790K home theater PC build video. Got about 25 minutes to go on that. So thankfully today, I had the day available to get to work on this. I ran some errands in the morning and then got right to editing. Had to do a little B-roll filming because I actually forgot to do that when I did the initial video. Silly me, right? But yeah, so it's a beautiful day outside. It's hot, but it should be the last day that it's hot. So it's supposed to cool down tomorrow, and I'm really hoping I can actually go outside and get my lawn mowed and not have it be almost 100 degrees with the heat index for once. So that'll be nice. What else? As soon as this is done rendering, then it's time to move on to actually posting the Nano S overview, and then I've got to move on to reviewing the Creative Lab stuff. I have another keyboard. Excuse me, I got something that feels like it's in my eye, but I can't get to it. That was probably unpleasant. I have another thing from First Player coming. I'm sorry. Okay, I think I finally got it. I have another thing from First Player coming. They saw my review on their budget keyboard, and they're sending an actual mechanical keyboard this time. So I'm actually excited to try that out because I have a baseline for actual mechanical keyboards. Now I'm actually right now using the Romer G. There's cat hairs everywhere all the time. From Logitech, the G810, I believe it is. Yeah, it's the G810, but I haven't set the profiles yet. I think I showed this earlier, so it's still doing that random rainbow effect, which is kind of disorienting, especially at night, but I'm actually getting really used to it. The key throws on this are really, really, really short. So, I mean, the slightest touch sets this thing off, and that takes some getting used to. It is using Romer G switches, which are significantly different than the Cherry MX Browns that I'm actually used to using. Now, the keyboard that First Player is sending uses Cherry MX Blue, or not Cherry MX, they use a different weird name switch that I haven't heard of before, but they are blue switches. So it should be fairly clicky, which doesn't really matter in here unless I'm recording and typing, and then it's kind of a problem. But it should be pretty clicky, but I think it'll be all right. Like I said, I had an MX Blue cherry switch keyboard at work, and I actually had to change it out for brown. So I mentioned in the video for the budget keyboard from First Player, I actually went through 2 keyboards at work. I forgot about that. I bought one and then I had to get another one. But the blue switch keyboard, I think, was a monoprice keyboard. I didn't pay very much for it, and it kind of felt like that too. But the one that replaced it's actually over there. It was a Rosewell keyboard and it was MX Brown, and I used that and loved it. So it was less of a learning curve to actually use the First Player Fire Dancing keyboard, which wasn't even mechanical. It was like still kind of a membrane technology, but with like a little more peppered in there so that it kind of had that mechanical-esque feel, but it wasn't actually mechanical. But that was less of a learning curve going from MX Brown to that than it was going from MX Brown to the Roamer G. That's a huge departure from what I'm used to. But I'm getting there, and I'm finding I'm actually typing a little bit faster because as my fingers get used to not having to depress the keys all the way to hit the actuation point, I am just tapping more lightly as I type. And that actually could end up being a problem when I go back to a full mechanical, because now I'm getting used to not having to throw the keys all the way. So, you know, you get used to stuff. It is what it is. But I am looking forward to trying it out, because I think the keyboard's like 40 or 45 bucks. So, you know, if it's pretty good for that price, then it's going to fall at the low end of the price range for the mechanical keyboards. So that would be good. A lot of keyboard stuff going on right now. So anyway, the Logitech review will probably be up next week. I want to spend a little more time with it before I render my final verdict, because at first I didn't really like it, and now I'm getting to the point where I'm actually kind of starting to enjoy it. So yeah, my dad used it yesterday playing Doom, and he didn't have any problems. So I don't know. I think I'm actually going to give my dad the Fire Dancing keyboard mouse combo, because his keyboard at home isn't real hot, and he walked in my office and saw it hooked up to the other computer, and he thought it was cool. So I think I'll gift it to him. Why not? They did help me quite a bit. I had to come up with something for my mom, though, because they were both helping a lot with the window situation yesterday, and they'll be back tomorrow, actually. So that's part of the reason I wanted to get all these videos done today as much as I can. I probably will do some editing tonight for the vlog. I think I'm going to end the vlog later today so I can get editing on that as well. That way I'm kind of caught up as I go into the weekend, because I'm going to need to use the weekend to look at that Creative Lab stuff, and there's going to be a lot of changing things around, because I'm going to do an overview, like unboxing overview, and then the actual test where I'm comparing them to my A5 Plus speakers and the D1 DAC. So that's going to be an interesting little review. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of changing of stuff, and I think those bookshelf speakers from Creative are a little bigger than the A5 Pluses, so I have to take that into consideration too when I do the comparison. But if they are, and I have a feeling they are, then I'm going to probably have to shift some things around a little bit to get them to fit. So, what are you going to do? But anyway, if they're bomb and they sound great, then that's going to be awesome, because then I can put the A5 Pluses on the secondary system and have like 2 awesome sound setups in here. So, anyway, I'm rambling at this point just to pass time. The video's 25% done, so I'm going to go have some leftovers and watch some more of the show Sirens on Netflix. It's a comedy that follows around people that drive an ambulance. They work for an ambulance company, and it's actually pretty funny. So if you're running out of things to watch on Netflix and Sirens comes up as an option, check it out. Finally, we're processing. Got the creepy monitor light lighting me up right now, but just got done cutting the grass not long ago. It was getting way too long. I had somebody that was going to do it, and they ended up not being able to do it, so I had to use the push mower, and it was a challenge. I did that thing. I let it get too long, and then it got to the point where I really wanted someone with a riding lawnmower to cut it, so then I could go back and, you know, catch back up and start doing it with the push mower, but he wasn't going to be able to get out here in time, so I ended up having to do it. But, woo, it was long. But it looks good now. Ooh. You can see the clumps of grass just sitting there. It was so long. I have a mulching mower, and I didn't feel like bagging it, so hopefully that area of grass doesn't die from grass just sitting there. But, yeah. Now it's nice and cut and short and looking good. I don't have any blinds in this window right now because I had to move them to another window because I'm changing out blinds, the whole thing. But anyway, there's no blinds on this window. So now everybody can see me. Oh, almost fell. So yeah, it's almost 8:30 now, and I'm just now processing the video that I started uploading like 5 something. So what happened was the video got like 65-70% uploaded, and then Windows just decided it was time to run an update. So it rebooted the computer. It didn't ask me, didn't tell me, just bam, reboot. Update applied. It opened up all my tabs and everything again, trying to pretend like nothing happened, hoping maybe I stepped away and came back and wouldn't be any the wiser that updates had been installed. Well, guess what? It canceled the freaking upload. I miss the days of Windows XP. Hell, I miss the days of Windows 2000. I remember running that and loving it. But, you know, if I was to transport back to those days, I'm sure there's a lot of things that were shitty that I forgot about those days with Windows as well. But, you know, it's very easy to look back on things and, you know, romantically, and I don't know if romantically is the right word, but in geeky terms it is. But yes, the late 90s, early 2000s, just very fond memories of that period of time. And I think I associate any of the operating system usage from that period to that as well. Now, Windows Millennium Edition, I worked at Best Buy from like 2001 to 2003. And I remember when I started, the store opened, I think in October of 2001. So we had Windows XP machines when Windows XP was like brand new, and people were coming in really freaked out about Windows XP. I remember having to like calm people down because it looked really different. If you remember, Windows XP was the first operating system to like change colors big time in Windows, and the start, like the taskbar was blue, and I think the start menu was like green, the button, you know, it was a big departure. You could go back to the classic look, which I think I actually ran Windows XP with the classic theme running, but the blue was the default, and that really freaked a lot of people out. I remember that was like really hard to sell people on. But then I went to the services department, and it's now the Geek Squad. And so many of the computers that came in were, what were they? Sony Vios, E-machines. Oh my God, was a big one, was E-machines. And we had some gateways that came in. Compaq was really popular, and Hewlett-Packard. So those are the ones we saw all the time, but E-machines more than anything else. And they all had Windows Millennium Edition from that ugly period of time, because I was in services right at that time when they would have had those machines for a couple of years and bad stuff was starting to happen to them. And Windows Millennium Edition was known for kind of imploding on itself. So, oh my gosh, Windows Millennium Edition. I remember that boot up, the Windows ME logo with a little swooshy thing. Oh, bad memories, bad memories. I remember I personally went from 98 to 2000 to XP, and then I went back to 2000 for a while. I ran the beta of XP, went back to 2000, and then finally switched over to XP and ran that for a really long time. And then I remember running Windows Vista, and I remember thinking personally that it wasn't terrible, but I remember it getting a lot of flack. And then Windows 7 I loved, and I had that for a while, and then Windows 7 was too short-lived in my opinion. It was a good operating system, and then Microsoft just screwed everything up. So that's my Windows rant. Sorry. I was going to end the vlog tonight, but I'll probably end it tomorrow, because then I can show the finished Windows. Not Windows. You get it? That was an extremely fake laugh. The actual Windows. Windows rant over. Real Windows. Good. So I can show that. Parents coming back over tomorrow to help finish that up. So, yay! So I guess I'll leave it there. I've got a video to edit for the other channel. I've been leaving my other channel, the vaping channel. I've left that totally untouched for 3 weeks now. It was like just before August 8th. I think the last time I uploaded anything to that. I've been putting all of my attention into Tech Uploaded ever since I kind of restarted the channel. And I just want to say thank you. You know, thank you again to everybody that reached out to me when I posted the video that I wasn't going to do Tech Uploaded anymore. Everybody that reached out and said, please don't stop Tech Uploaded. Please don't let it go. Please bring it back. I love the channel. All of you people and all of your support. Oh my gosh, it means so much. I'm so glad that you reached out to me and asked me to bring it back, because I've been having a blast. It's, you know, there's stressful times sometimes when you got a lot of other things going on. I've got side projects I'm working on, you know, just general work and life and things like that. But it's so worth it. It's so much fun, and it's the interaction and everybody that, you know, sends me messages on Facebook and emails and the Twitter, you know, back and forth I have. It's just great. You know, you guys are just awesome. So thank you again for everyone who, you know, it's a lot of the people that watch this vlog are the people that reached out to me too. So, pardon my nose picking. It's itchy. There's no boogers, I promise. Again, I don't know why people watch this, but just thank you. Thank you for having me bring it back. It's tons of fun, and I'm really glad that I did. So, hey, Big Frack wouldn't be here if I hadn't brought the channel back. Big Frack, channel back. I love technology Twitter accounts that don't take themselves too seriously, and AData is definitely one of them. They tweeted out, "The owl in Ubisoft's Far Cry Primal can help you win battles. Hummingbird can spot breakfast sandwiches and coffee." And then you can see the owl in Far Cry Primal, and then Hummingbird spotting a breakfast sandwich and coffee. And I thought that was hilarious. They always post stupid stuff like this, and I love it. It's great. And I actually said another classic from the Hummingbird that actually made me LOL. Thank you, AData. Stuff like that. I'll stay subscribed to AData, even though I'm not using anything AData right now. I had an AData drive in my home theater PC, and I reviewed their memory before at one point, like a couple of years ago. But I just like following their account for that stupid Hummingbird. That's how you get people to stay subscribed on Twitter and stuff. It's just don't be too serious if you're a company. Pepper in some fun there every now and then. Try to get people laughing. Just saying. It's worth it. All right, there's a little bit better view of the lawn. There you go, looking pretty good, looking pretty good. These people have been at work, doing work for a while. Like a week. So I don't know what they're doing to that house. It's pretty new. I have to say my allergies today, terrible. I think I'm gonna have to take a Claritin because they're pretty bad. Now, this makes me a little sad. TUVlogcat's just up there so peaceful right now. He has no idea that all hell's about to break loose in about an hour because the windows are gonna get finished up. So basically, there's been a piece along the top here that's gonna kind of complement all three of these windows. And then there's also gonna be one above the bedroom door. So that's cool. And you can see down here, there's wood fill and stuff. That's got to get sanded down, and then a layer of paint, a coat of paint is going to go on. And then there's also going to be paint on the inside of the window because this color matches the color of the wall. And once this is painted white, then it'll look like this is all one inset structure. And then once I get the new blinds up, it's going to be awesome. Right, TU-Cat? I call you all kinds of different stuff. Your actual name's Willie. Sometimes I call you TUVlogcat. Sometimes I call you TU-Cat. Do you have an identity crisis? The thing he hates the most about my parents being here is every time they come over, there's noise. They bring over their nail gun, and you have to hook it up to an air compressor, and when that thing has to go to recharge, he freaks out. So maybe I'll try to get some video of him losing his cool when they get here. I don't know. Hey, I gotta put the gnome back outside. Gnome, gnome, gnome. Well, TUVlogcat didn't totally freak out, but he was hiding in the closet, in the bathroom, which I purposely left open so he could go down in there and hide. What is it, buddy? You didn't totally lose your cool this time, you just went and hid. You unsure? Well, I closed that so you ain't going back in there. Yep. What are you gonna do now? You gotta go somewhere. Scoot. Well, didn't get it totally finished up. Need to get more paint, but getting closer. Everything is sanded and first coat is on, so starting to look closer to being done. Still got to paint inside the frame to get the headers on. But yeah, we're getting there, getting there. So I suppose I should probably end the vlog soon and get to editing. But I'm going to make a sandwich first because I'm a little bit hungry, a little bit peckish. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll get to editing. Yeah, let's see. What, Willie? TU-Cat's upset. Where are you? Where are you? Are you in the window? What? 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 He really hates when people come over. I opened the window. Why don't you go in the window? Don't go in these windows. They got wet paint. Well, all right, it's the evening and the window's open, fresh air coming in here. It feels like a good time to start editing the TU vlog, kind of finish out the week right. So yeah, it was a fun couple of weeks. Got the home theater PC built done, got the window project started, all kinds of good stuff. The weather is starting to get closer and closer to the fall season, which is my favorite. So that should get TU-Cat riled up once the windows are open as we get closer and closer to October. And yeah, just good times all around. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this one won't be 2 hours like the last one, but I don't know. I always think these things are going to be like 50 minutes to an hour, and then I get to editing and I get to the end of the timeline. I'm like, oh crap, it's really long. So who knows? Could be super long again. Hopefully not quite as long as the last one, but we will see, I guess, as I edit. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you've made it to the end of the vlog, thank you for watching all of my random musings and ramblings and whatnot. So that's impressive. I'm always surprised by that when people, especially the one that was like 2 hours long, people are like, I watched the whole thing. I'm like, I barely watched the whole thing. So yeah. Anyway, always fun to do, always a good time. TU Cat is in hiding up on the plant shelf. He's still disturbed by all of the ruckus that's happened the last couple of days in here. And it's going to continue tomorrow, so he's not going to be happy. He's not going to be happy at all. But that being said, if you enjoyed this vlog, please go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Maybe give it a like, do your thing. And of course, you can follow me on my social media accounts, Tech Uploaded on Twitter and Instagram. Join the conversation over on the Tech Uploaded Facebook page at facebook.com/techuploaded. And of course, you can always send me an email at techuploaded@gmail.com. I finally caught up on my emails, so that is good. I've got a clear inbox ready to go. So you know the drill. Don't be a stranger. Check back soon.